So, and I want to say this. I know you, Steve especially, has been like, that's not going to be their third line going into the playoffs. I keep looking at that line and going, what are they doing wrong? Why wouldn't they be?
Well, Sheldon Keefe, like for a brief period of time in that game, made them the fourth line. The fourth line, you know how the first line is like whatever has this guy on it or whatever? They used to say that about Zach Hyman. The fourth line is whatever line has Ryan Reaves on it.
Yeah.
So he did not get promoted to Domi and Robertson. Those two got demoted to Reaves.
Right.
So they did that for a little bit. I really don't know what we're doing here.
Well, so here's the thing. When Ryan Reaves is on the ice, you see him skate. He goes into the corner in the offensive zone, maybe like half a hit, and then he skates off immediately. I don't know. He hasn't had a fight.
That's why the Sens got that second goal.
I believe, if I'm quoting Kevin Petty right, I don't believe he's had a fight since October 14th.
He hasn't had a fight since the second game against Marcus Foligno.
So what are we doing?
I don't know.
Like, Bobby McMahon was really good.
I don't know.
I like that fourth line with Bobby McMahon on it.
I don't know.
He's McMahon.
They talk about the what before the season. They talked about like what they want, and they want snot. Like, I'm not doing revisionist history here. Sam Lafferty had snot.
Yeah,
he played with snot. He was an asshole. He would hit and he would fight, and he could take the occasional face-off and play center if you really needed him to, and do the right wing. And what did we do? What did we do?
Adam, you're talking about, like, what's the point of having him out there? You know, the shifts he's coming on, coming off. Ryan Reaves had one shift above 50 seconds for the entire game. So the idea that he's running on and running off, very true. And the one shift that he had above 50 seconds was 56 seconds, and was the one that he was on. There was a goal.
And I think we could all agree that we don't want him on the ice for 56 seconds. I think that means something's gone wrong.
If you watch my stream,
go ahead.
If you watched my stream last night, that line was in the O-zone in the third period, and I was even like, oh, he's on the ice in the third.
Yeah.
Interesting. And they were in the offensive zone, and I'm like, this is good. That's good. That's a good fourth line shift. And then the puck starts going the other way. I'm like, all right, get off. Mm-hmm. And then he didn't. And he stayed out there, and they allowed a goal. And I'm not even saying it was his fault, but every time something bad happens, you're always around.
When you look at a player whose shifts in the middle of the game are 25 seconds, 28 seconds, 28 seconds, 30 seconds, it's a waste of a roster spot at some point. What's the point of running somebody out there to do 30 seconds of cardio and then get off the ice? You know, go out, throw one check, and then get off. And if you're on for more than 50 seconds, you're going to allow a goal.
Yeah.
That's a waste of a roster spot at this point.
And you see the Senators, they'll swarm him. They'll put two guys on him because they know if the puck goes anywhere near him, they're going to come away with it.
He can't handle the puck.
Mm-mm. And this is, again, I hate this because I want Ryan Reaves to do well. I actually do think he's good for the dressing room. I think people are human beings. I think they do need a vibes guy in the dressing room, and I have no problem with the Leafs playing him 20 to 30 games. I said 40 before. I'm going to bring it back a little bit. But maybe once every 5 games. What's this 2 games in a row stuff? And you know, if you're Sheldon Keefe, for whatever reason, DJ Smith kind of has your number. Their matchups their head-to-head's not very good. And the Senators' record in the last 5 years has been horrible. And DJ Smith has been the coach for all of it. And yet every single time the Senators play the Leafs, they come out fucking firing. And I'm trying to understand why you wouldn't dress your best lineup against a team that plays you well. Who cares that they're in last place in the Eastern Conference, which, by the way, they are. Mm-hmm. Last place behind the Blue Jackets.
Some of that it's games played.
Oh, yes, partially gameplay.
They're like 6 games back of some of the other teams in the conference.
I just kind of look at that and I go, maybe that's not the best.
How much would it cost to get like 3 decent Toronto-based comedians and a DJ on retainer for a year? And would it be less than $1.35 million?
Yes.
They wouldn't count against the cap. You could have them hang around the team, keep the vibes immaculate, make balloon animals, like do whatever you need to do. Like, guys, what are we doing here? We always need a friggin' we need a vibes guy all the time, and it never works.
But Steve, I don't think that they are wrong. They do need a vibes guy.
I agree.
Yeah. Dubas knew that they needed a vibes guy. Treliving knows that they need a vibes guy, and I put that squarely on the personalities. When this team was constructed, they did not account for that. I love the Leafs' reliance on numbers, so please don't take this the wrong way. But I do think there was not enough put into what about the mix of personalities? I look at Austin outside of like his media scrums as apparently a great, like, hilarious guy. Mitch,
Oh no, he's got a personality.
Mitch has got a personality.
Yeah.
Willie apparently is a riot. John Tavares is
Yeah.
apparently a super nice guy. But when you get into a hard situation, we have seen these guys. We've seen the body language. So I do think they need a vibes guy.
I'll die on the hill.
And if that's a problem, that's not a big problem to solve. I just think, listen, if Ryan Reaves is that guy this year, great, fantastic.
I will die
Don't
on the
put him
hill
out-
that Nick Foligno was the right guy at the time.
Well, he had
Yeah,
the back
look,
injury.
His back exploded.
Yeah.
With Ryan Reaves, I think we're all, the three of us are guilty of this, and a lot of fans. We thought he would be more effective on the ice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought he was going to be more than a guy who you shouldn't put out there in the third period. I thought he'd be an effective fourth line player. He's going to affect the games in some way. He's not going to be a skill guy. He's not going to put up goals, but I thought he could run out on the ice and do stuff. And I had no idea that he was this limited on his on-ice play, and that's disappointing to see.
Dude, if he was getting outscored, if his line was getting outscored something like 5-9 on the season,
It'd be
today,
fine.
We wouldn't be having this discussion. They're getting outscored, if I'm not mistaken, off the top of my head, 2-13. That's crazy. That's untenable. You can't do that, man. That's like, look around the league at the goal differential. Like, how many of these 1-goal wins that the Leafs have that we keep shitting on them for are in part because this dude lives and breathes in a Leaf jersey?
They could have been 2-goal wins if he's not out there.
I was open to the idea, but we're 2 months in, and it's like categorically
Not working.
wrong. Like it's not working. We're done here. We've been done here. That's enough, Sheldon. That's enough, Brad. Figure it out. Like, this isn't it.
The only thing I'll give them leeway for, which I said this at the beginning of the year, is that eventually he's going to work his way out of the lineup. And when the games really matter in the playoffs, he won't be around. He won't see the
No, he
in
won't.
those situations. So if they can win games like this, how they've been winning all season long, I think they're 7-1-1 in their last.
Dude, they're one of the hottest teams in the league.
Yeah, so if they're able to win games like this and play him 30, 35 games this season and it's okay, when push comes to shove, he won't see the ice. So I can kind of live with it if the vibes are better in the locker room because he's there.